Nisga'a name is Hichlachunquach, which means morning sun. Wap Kaltsap, which is the name of the building, is a very important house for the community in that the word Wap means house as a physical structure, but it also means house, which is a place that houses all of the souls of the ancestors. It's a place also for the future and where everyone can feel safe. So Wap Kaltsap is the house of the community, and that means that everyone in this community now has a house where they can come. Maybe students in their first year can come here and feel that they're maybe not so far away from home. It's also a place where they can meet with their elders and learn about tradition. This building, I think, has the potential to make a significant community change and also to be a place where you come in and you feel like a different person in some ways. It has that spiritual aspect. Well, when we brought the poles over, I think that I was still in my own mind working because I was thinking about how the pathway itself had been designed for this procession to accommodate enough people so that with the big arc so that we could all come through the front door. The main building is supported by the exterior walls and these 4 columns here, which are then bridged across and supported with a buildup of timbers and poles the way it would have been done traditionally. One of the key aspects of working with that is that things have to be notched together to understand exactly how these large logs are going to shrink over time. Also, the clear story element, or what is called in Smalgiach the ala, was a very important part of traditional design because that was how fresh air and light would come into the building. In the center of the building is the fire where heat is provided, and as well that was a place where the food for the extended family would be cooked. So fresh air was brought in from the ala, which was up at the top, and the ala would be, a member at that time, would be a piece of wood that could be pulled down with a rope so that it could be adjusted. And therefore you could get, depending on the winds, you could get just the right amount of fresh air coming in, fresh air coming out, and could also adjust for light, hopefully keeping the rain out also. Apparently sometimes a little bit of snow would come in, but generally you could adjust for the weather by this movable element. So that became an important part of the modern structure as well. We wanted light to come in from above because, again, that was how it would be done traditionally, but also because then it warms the space with this additional source of light.
Anthony Jamieson Designs collaborates with First Nations artists across the region to supply custom kiln-formed glass for buildings all across the world. Our process involves using a technique known as slumped glass, where the glass is formed into a felt or sand-backed mold and fired to the desired viscosity to fill said mold. Our clients wanted a privacy door, but also to give things a bit more decoration. We agreed on a map of the Salish Sea, using a topographical format. Our artists Michael Cravato and Bill Jamieson worked together to create the foundations of this piece in both positive and negative format. This design was then impressed into the sand kiln with the exact dimensions we needed. From there, we began the process of hand-forming the many mountains and channels needed to accurately display the map. A thin layer of plaster powder was then added to act as a boundary between the sand and the glass. The piece is then fired. After the piece comes out of the kiln, we're able to observe how the glass melted into the channels. We then install the glass in the door frame and present our client with a new piece of art.